Hello and welcome back to MCO NXT. All right, listen, today we want to talk a little bit about something that I did, and that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I ordered. It's not here yet, okay? I ordered a SEGA Game Gear, and in this video, I want to talk a little bit about what I plan to do on this channel. More, not exclusively, but more. And I also want to talk about why I did what I did and why I'm looking forward to it. So I bought a SEGA Game Gear. I ordered it on eBay. Yep, I know it's chunky. Some of you might not even know what it is, right? It's an amazing console, in my view. It's chunky, it's battery hungry, and it's bright colored. It's got a bright colored monitor, and it's from the early 90s. And I didn't just buy any unit. I found one here on eBay that really spoke to me. And I want to show you what exactly I got, because this is literally new. Apparently, and at least that's what the description says, it was only used once for testing. It didn't work, so the story is great. So it was in a box. They didn't actually they didn't know they had it. So they found it like 30 years old, and it was meant as a gift, but it was never given to the person it was meant for whatever reason, I don't know. But they found it, and obviously it didn't work. Yeah. So they had it kind of refurbed, and it works, but it was never used. So it's basically new, and the photos show that it has no scratches. So that's why I wanted that unit. Really, 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 really cool. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. I've ordered it, and hold on, let me go to the next one. I've ordered it. What else is there here? So that's how it looks, right? It looks brand new, no scratches, because a lot of units that you find on eBay, they have scratches on the display. This one has nothing, so I'm really, really looking forward to that, especially if it works. So again, it hasn't arrived yet. It should arrive this week. I'm definitely going to do an unboxing and testing video live with you. This thing needs, I think, 6 AA batteries, and they only last, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. But for me, this wasn't just a random pickup. It was my first console. Okay, I think I was 5 something, maybe 4 or 5 when I got it at the time. And I mean, yeah, I loved it. I didn't even realize back then that it was considered kind of a flop. I didn't care. I was a kid, and this thing was everything to me at the time. And I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog. This is actually included in here. I think it says it somewhere. Yeah, it's the box with Sonic the Hedgehog. So that game is in there. And I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog, Ecco the Dolphin. You know why I thought about buying it? Because I now make a lot of Switch 2 content here, and obviously the Switch has the Sega, like the Sega Mega Drive emulator, right? And there's Ecco the Dolphin. So I thought about, hey, why not get a Game Gear? Because on this channel, what we want to do more and more is retro as well. Not only retro, but I wanna include a retro corner. Maybe make it as a format, like an MCO retro corner or something. Because this is just great. It's just memories, and this channel is about digital culture as well. I remember playing Columns, which was like the Sega Tetris. It was pretty cool. I just remember the days. And yeah, so many others, and mostly while sitting in the backseat of my parents' car. And I didn't even notice how quickly the batteries died. I mean, yeah, it chewed through 6 AA batteries like, I think, 2 hours. But I was just happy I could play, full color Sonic on the go. And I had the extras too. I had a huge magnifying glass you clipped on. You might remember that thing if you ever used the not Mega Drive, the Sega Game Gear. It made the screen look massive, even though the whole device was already bulky. And the car adapter was a lifesaver. So that was cool. Just plug it into the lighter socket, and you were good for the entire drive. I adored that console, honestly. It wasn't the Game Boy, but it had its own magic. Yeah. With box, which looks like new. I mean, I'm so looking forward to that. I mean, yeah, you see actually columns up here, which was so cool. Yeah, so for me, again, it's more than just a pickup. I want to start doing more retro content here on the channel. I think a lot of us are reaching that age where we start to rediscover the stuff we loved growing up. And, maybe you skipped a generation or two of those console generations because of school, work, or life. And now suddenly you find yourself thinking, wait, wasn't there that one weird Sega handheld I used to have, And like for myself, I skipped the GameCube. So I'm excited to discover that, right? Um, Not too much to see there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it actually came with car adapter. Oh, I'm looking forward to that rechargeable battery pack TV tuner. Oh, I wasn't sure that. Oh, sold separately. Okay. Yeah, but that stuff existed. TV tuner. I don't think we had that though. And then you could even connect two Game Gears, but nobody else had a Game Gear. I think I was the only kid at school who had the Game Gear, so there was nobody I could play with. But it was more like that was the Nintendo 64 then. Um, but the Game Gear was basically just for you, in case you don't know what it is or what is he talking about, right? The Game Gear was Sega's answer to the Game Boy. It was full color. It was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. I think it was like 5 years ahead of its time when it came out. I think it came out in the early 90s. I could be wrong about that. Um, but yeah, like 3.2-inch screen, backlit LCD screen, 32 brilliant on-screen colors. And that's what it says in the box. But it was also bigger, heavier, and burned through batteries like crazy. I never really caught on the. It never really caught on the same way, even though on paper it seemed like the better device, like the Game Boy, right? Compared to that. And the screen was beautiful for its time. Seriously, and you'll see it when I make the videos. Compared to the original greenish Game Boy screen, it felt like the future. But the battery life and the size and the price kind of held it back. It sold a fraction of what the Game Boy did, which is kind of sad. Still, there's something about it that makes collectors smile. It has this quirky charm, the colors, the shape, the weird exclusives, and a lot of games were just for Game Gear, not just ports. And Sega really pushed the boundaries of what handheld gaming could be at the time. So for me, it's not about specs so much, or I've never really cared about the sales numbers. Um, it's about memories for me, and that's what this pickup is, a way to reconnect with something that made me happy when I was little. And maybe you can relate to that. Um, I did. Why did it actually say copyright the Walt Disney Company? I need to find that out. Maybe maybe you can let me know in the comments. Yeah, here you see it. Ah, memories. I remember that image on the Sonic game. Yeah, full color handheld. So yeah, maybe expect more Game Gear content here soon. Just again, other stuff as well. But maybe we'll open the box together. I'm pretty sure we do. Maybe I'll play through some of the old titles again, or even try some I never had as a kid. Either way, this is about providing some value as well, helping you maybe to reconnect to some of the stuff that you enjoyed as a kid, or maybe you are interested in old equipment like that. And gaming is gaming history. It is truly gaming history and very popular among collectors. And I'm quite glad I picked up this one, which is basically new. So really looking forward to that. And either way, I'm excited to bring this part of my childhood back. And if you've got a Game Gear memory or even just a random handheld from back then, just drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And thanks for watching. Yeah, and now the Retro Corner is officially open. Thanks so much. Bye bye.